Hey guys, Sauniche here with some Heroes of the Storm action for you. This game is going to be a little bit different. Once again, I am casting a high-level Korean game right here. This is from the Korean server. Big shout out to Wolf on the Team Liquid forums for uploading these replays, putting the replay pack together, and sending it out. The common player throughout all of these, also a big shout out to Beats right here. He is the one who I believe gave all these games to Wolf. And we are going to be getting underway right here in 10 seconds. I'm going to pause just to introduce our teams briefly. We have Vala, Tychus, Zeratul, Brightwing, and Daisy as Tyrande. I can't read any of these, so if anyone wants to tell me what the names of these players are. Oh, I guess Beats up here is Zeratul. For some reason that looked like Korean to me. It's a little bit early. I kind of woke up, checked Reddit, saw the link to the Team Liquid forums, and squealed like a little girl and ran to my computer. So we have a lot going on here. We have these three Korean names on the red team with Nova, Jaina, Murky, Illidan, and Sonya. These are solo and duo queue games, so the teams aren't going to be as coordinated, and they are random pick. As you can see, we have 3 Assassin, Murky, and Sonya versus 3 Assassin, Tyrande as a iffy support, and Brightwing as a really strong support. So just based off of these first teams, I would go with the blue team being victorious here. We shall see how things turn out though. And here we go. So Murky's moving up to the top lane as K-King. We have Nova and Illidan moving around here in the middle. Get revealed immediately by that Sentinel from Tyrande. It looks like the blue team is actually moving out as 5 together right now. This is going to end very, very poorly. Singularity strike there on Nova. She's going to get out immediately unless she can get nope with the grenade there. Tychus will kill her down. Blue team takes first blood, and the way they are moving around together, this is not something that you see very often in lower leagues of play. Grouping to get that first kill and then moving over to lanes. You can see it actually worked out quite well for them. Sonya misses her spear right there. Zeratul's just hanging off to the side here. But that is something that a lot of teams will do. Brightwing coming in on Zeratul, trying to get that extra shot off on Jaina. She is going to go down as well. So Brightwing moving in, getting that polymorph on, and that extra little bit of damage. So up on the top lane, we have Murky actually staying alive for the most part. Illidan going down as well in the middle. See his ragdoll body right there. Sonya going down on the bottom lane, getting struck by Illidan and not Illidan, getting struck by Brightwing and Tychus. She's fairly low, and with no support, I don't know what the red team's going to be able to do here. We should have Knights, or the Plant Terrors coming up here momentarily. So we'll see how that goes for both teams. Sentinel coming across the map, misses Sonya just barely right off to the right. Nova moving up, wants this gank on Vala, and the red team actually desperately needs a kill right here. Looks like Zeratul's already going for the seeds. Brightwing blinking up to Zeratul, and now we have a bit of a problem for Team Red. Though for Blue, they might get their first kill there on Vala, and indeed they do. Unfortunately, Sonya goes down, and her sword just goes flying through the fort right there. It looks like Zeratul and Murky are picking up most of the seeds on the top lane, and on the bottom lane, and since we're seeing blue chat, it actually is indeed Beats who is giving this game over to Wolf. Nice shot there by Brightwing. Misses just barely. And now we have 4 people coming in here on Nova. She needs to get out of there. Gonna get behind the gate just barely. Zeratul probably could have blinked behind, gotten that extra kill off. Illidan rushing here into 4 or 5 members of the red team. I don't know what he's thinking. That was a very, very poor decision, and he just goes tumbling right there. Murky doing some siege damage up on the top lane, but Blue does have a slight lead. Not actually too far ahead, considering they are 5 kills to 1 kill. And it looks like Zeratul wants to head to the top lane. I think he wants to hunt down Murky's egg. I think that's what his plan is here. Going in exactly what he's doing, going straight for the egg. Let's see if he can get it. Yep, he's pinging for them to kill Murky. So as soon as Murky dies, he's going to go for the egg, and now Murky is done. So Murky goes down, and Vala went down on the bottom lane as well. Looks like Zeratul, looks like Illidan's kind of pissed about what just happened right there. Does not like the fact that his buddy was killed by Zeratul in the base. So Tychus is moving around the bottom. Very, very even on skulls here. 29 to 31 seeds. Excuse me. Those are not skulls, even though the mechanic is almost identical on this map. Nova moving around here through the bottom lane, trying to pick off our Daisy Tyrande right here. Couple of giants moving across the map for Team Red. I believe that Zeratul wants to take these giants right here. We can see what's going on. And Red is also taking their mercs on the other side of the map. They're going for their other set of giants. And on the bottom lane, we do have Illidan versus Tychus. Not much going on here. Tychus doesn't want to get close enough. Because of the giants, he has to stay back a little bit. But here in the middle, we have some blue giants coming out. Red giants going to be countering them here any second. Zeratul may go down here to Jaina, but she misses barely off to the side. Nova misses her snipe right there. So looks like Team Red is actually crashing here on the middle. They might be able to do something. October Sky here as Illidan trying to... Oh, gets hit by the Lunar Flare. But a nice dash will get them out of there. Blink by Zeratul to save his life. With a nice first aid talent, I believe, that was going off there. Something was actively healing him quite a bit. Red has pushed back here, and now we have the Red Giants. Did I miss these being jacked? Oh, wow. I am very, very sorry about that. I missed these being jacked across the map. We have Red going for their mercenaries. Up the top there, Bruisers, Tychus pushing the bottom lane, and Red is actually starting to claw their way back into this. They have a slight lead at this point, despite being behind in 4 kills. Jaina moving down to try and counter Nova, and with her lane clear, she will be able to destroy this wave extremely quickly. Her Blizzard is her W ability, will make that almost disappear instantly. Looks like somebody wants a little bit of... Zeratul wants a kill. He's going for that egg once again. Poor Murky right here. Oh, but he reveals himself. I'm not sure what that was about. Murky pushing up to the top. We have a big team fight going on here in the middle. Tychus is using first aid to keep himself alive. Maybe they can get the kill on Tyrande. They do. I don't think... Jaina might be able to get Tychus with this slow... Oh, the grenade pushes Tychus. Oh, the grenade pushed Jaina forward instead of back. Looks like Zeratul's asking for a kill on Murky with the Murlocs going off. He's going to kill that egg and get that full kill on Murky. He can get out of there. So we lost up top. No one's going for the big plant terrors quite yet. Team Red is pushing pretty well. They all have almost a full level lead at this point. And if we take a look, there's looks like a team fight is brewing right here. Nova goes in, takes a snipe right in front of the enemy base. I don't know what the point of that was. Looks like Illidan and Nova are both going to go down here. Illidan gets stuck by the Void Prism, and he goes down as well immediately. So that erases any lead. Jaina's going to go down here as well. So that's 3-0 kill in favor of blue erases any lead that Red may have had, and now they are safe to take the plant terror. They have map control. They have lane presence. Red cannot contest this, and this is going to be a lot of skulls going for the blue team. So one team fight flipped this game completely on its head. Red is now firmly entrenched behind, and they desperately need to take the top plant terror. Although blue is already going for it. They want to go for the kill hill. Murky's still pushing up here. I don't believe he is actually... He's playing Murky the way that Murky was initially intended to be played, which is not something that he can really do anymore. And to blue taking even more seeds up top. This is going to be almost 150 seeds to 31. So that is going to be very, very brutal. Murky trying to get behind his lines here. And Murky's definitely been played, I would say, sub-optimally. This is not the way Murky should be played. A little bit of lag spike right there. Sonia and Nova picking up this bottom shrine. Not shrine, excuse me. These bottom knights. Tychus trying to get that extra shot there on Illidan. And oh, Tychus running into 3 members of the red team for overextending. He wanted to dash across the wall right here. So that is exactly what he did. And now we have 3 on, I think we might have 4 on 4 down in the middle. Plant Terror coming across the bottom for Team Blue. We want to push this back. Jaina's there to defend though. And we have Illidan pushing back here. Murky's still hanging out in the top lane. He really should get with his team. Sieging Murky is not something that is extremely viable anymore. Brightwing blink heals to Tyrande to get out. And no one is actually trying to stop the plant terror on the bottom. Red needs to respond to this. Needs to send at least one person down here to take this out. And there goes the pot down. across the wall with no defense there. There we go. Red is finally moving down to respond to this. I think the Plant Terror realized what is going on. That is, beats the player who is giving us these replays. So I have a feeling that his team might be victorious in the vast majority of them. But there is Sonya going down right there, putting down that Plant Terror one more time, or that pot one more time. And now with a full team behind the Plant Terror, Blue should be able to take this fort quite easily. Only Sonya is there using her ultimate. Wrath of the Berserker going off. Now Tychus is getting caught way out of position, but the Odin comes out and saves him. And a big old starfall from the blue team zoning out this area completely, preventing Red from actually being able to get in there and do anything. Beautifully placed starfall. Murky still pushing the top lane. You can see just how ineffective he actually is in comparison, as the red team has pushed all the way to, or the blue team, excuse me, has pushed all the way to the center keep of red. Now Illidan using Metamorphosis to get out of there. Murky comes down and uses his March of the Murlocs. Unfortunately, it doesn't really grab anyone. Oh yeah, there we go. It does get Zeratul. Using that first aid, though, Zeratul is keeping himself alive really, really well. Murky gets shot right there by Vala's Hungering Arrow. I don't know if the Hungering Arrow itself was worth it. So we are down 1, down 2 now for Red. Brightwing blinking over to Vala to help her out. And now we have a 5-strong blue team versus a 3-strong red team. And one of those 3 is Murky. Nice bribe right there to ninja that camp. Pull it back. I believe that is what happened earlier in the game when I missed it. Jaina pushing on the bottom. Red team desperately needs to take some kind of keep here now. We have the Knights moving across the bottom lane and top lane, and Vala is going to make short work of these guys. Blue actually steals some mercenaries, steals the bruisers, which is very, very vital to Red's success right now. They need these to be able to put pressure on every lane and get some semblance of map control back. So if we move out to the middle, we have Illidan and Nova dealing with these giants, and we have Shamblers rising back up. Looks like Nova, or Tychus and Tyrande are taking the skulls down here for the blue team. Tychus moving in there, 2-on-1. He's not going to get any of the skulls, but he is going to be able to get out of there just fine. Jaina should probably focus on picking up the rest of these. I think Brightwing already got this camp right here. Sonya versus Brightwing. We'll see who wins with the polymorph and the shot, along with Zeratul and Vala up here as well. It's going to be very difficult for Sonya to deal with this by herself. Big old team fight happening here on the bottom lane. Tychus inside of the Odin, not going to die anytime soon. There's Tyrande trying to take a little bit of an extra shot out. Nice lunar flare there on the creep wave. Tychus, oh, that was just short to take Nova out of stealth. I don't know if Red can do anything right here. Blue is crashing on the bottom. Both teams are level 16, so there is no talent advantage for either team at the moment. Looks like Sonya should realize that there is a Zeratul right there. You can see she was trying to move around. Zeratul needs to blink out of there, and he aptly does that. So now we have Illidan grabbing these bottom giants, and I'm not really sure where Murky is. There's Murky using his bubble to heal up and drop that slime everywhere. Nicely done, but Murky goes down immediately. I'm not actually sure where his egg is. There, it's back here. So he is actually out of the fight, way out of it, and he decides to go to the top lane to do some siege damage. And you'll see what I mean here. If we take a look at his siege damage, it's at 52,000. Zeratul's actually done more at 61,000. Granted, he was in the Plant Terror, but the objective is more important than just pushing the lanes. Especially with the way Murky has been nerfed. Blizzard has tried to discourage passive laning and pushing. At least with Murky, they've tried to discourage the backdoor aspect. Blue already has enough seeds for a second Plant Terror now. In the game, looks like Jaina is going to go down immediately. Nova went down as well. Illidan is not going to make it out there, especially with the Lunar Flare. He might make it out with the Metamorphosis. He does get out of there. Last shot with the Sentinel right there. Murky trying to push the top lane. Might get a fort for his efforts. Unfortunately, there is a blue Plant Terror moving across the bottom lane, and this is not going to help out at all. So Murky does get the top fort here. Oh, they might get the bottom fort too. One last shot, and bottom fort goes down for Red, so they actually have more forts killed than the blue team, although the Plant Terror down here, uncontested, is going to kill this fort extremely quickly. Especially since we should have that pot coming back up. There it is, to prevent any kind of shot going off here. And now we have the blue team picking up more skulls. This is actually something that is very, very effective, very, very viable in a lot of games. Looks like Beats is trying to back out here, but while the Plant Terror is pushing, distracting the enemy team, not necessarily fighting them, because you cannot fight the enemy team. Even 2-on-1 with the Plant Terror will get you killed most of the time. But just putting down the pot, running away, doing that is extremely effective while your team gathers up the remaining seeds on the map. We have a Precision Strike coming out, and a nicely done Precision Strike at that. Hits extremely well. Looks like Sonya, Jaina missed, or Jaina dodges that Sentinel just barely, but Blue has pushed Red all the way back here. This fort is definitely dead. So now we are back to even. Murky goes down. His egg is still back here, not in a very useful position. He cannot get back quickly at all. Jaina throws out her water elemental before going down to Tychus's grenade, flying across the map with very odd looking ragdoll legs. And here's Tychus trying to take out the water elemental before it can do too much damage. And the wall is completely gone. And these, remember, these do give experience now, so it's not an all or nothing proposition with the fort anymore. You see 650 experience right there for the red team. Sentinel flies right over Illidan's head, but it's not quite enough to kill him. One more seed out across the map, 90, and since Blue only needs 4 more, this is gonna take him to 99 for the blue team, which is kind of sad. Oh, they can't get another Plant Terror. That's a little bit sad, but at the same time, kind of hilarious. Tychus picks up a couple of Giants on the bottom to prevent. These aren't going to do a lot of damage, but they are going to prevent the red team from moving out and acting. And let's take a look at our siege damage. You see Murky actually kind of keeping up. I feel that a lot of that is tied up. We have him using Bribe here once again. I feel like a lot of that is tied up in minion kills and not actual damage to buildings, whereas Zeratul's siege damage is almost entirely to buildings. So there's Jaina and Nova trying to take this. Zeratul might blink in there, and he does with the Void Prism, gets it! Oh, the steal on those Knights. Oh, that hurts to watch. Illidan going down here as well. Tries to jump in on Tychus, but a Void Prism shot will take him down immediately. Not a Void Prism, a Lunar Flare. Sonya goes down right there. Zeratul trying to get away from Brightwing, but Brightwing is really fast. Holy crap. One more auto attack should do it. And now Red is falling drastically behind here. Their hero damage is actually kind of absolutely pathetic. Nova's the only one on their team doing any. I should correct myself, however, and indicate that Jaina's hero damage does not include any of the damage done by her Blizzard, which can be the vast majority of her damage. But here we have Blue with mercenaries moving down every single lane. Nice Lunar Flare right there on the Nova, takes her out at the last second. It looks like Vala's here, doing a little bit of extra damage here and there to the fort, taking a couple of shots to the face, but that multi-shot will let her do a ton of damage. Jaina cleans up the mercenaries on the bottom, but now the siege giants in the middle are attacking the fort. Jaina's moving over to fix that, and you can see just how much damage her Blizzard does. And like I said, her damage doesn't actually include any of that because it is bugged, so she probably is the highest damage on the team. But it looks like Vala taking out that top fort for us. Murky trying to grab some seeds here from Zeratul. Unfortunately, all Blue needed was 1 seed for a Plant Terror, and that is all they got. And I got a feeling that this may be the last Plant Terror right here, especially if it moves forward and just plants down pots running between these forts, running between these keeps, while Vala and Brightwing kill the Plant Terror up here. Nicely done right there to have the awareness of just how far away she needs to move. Didn't move any farther than necessary, allowing her to DPS that a lot more. I have no idea what's being said in chat. You guys can check that one out. Okay, Brightwing is trying to push their enemies back a little bit here. Oh, that Precision Strike is going to hurt right onto Jaina, but Brightwing put up the Storm Shield. So there goes Sonya down now. Illidan is being focused down now. Uses his Metamorphosis to get out, but just putting a Void Prism immediately. Murky goes down as well. And with the Plant Terror, the Void Prism plus Plant Terror AoE Polymorph, absolutely devastating to the red team. Down 2 members now with a Plant Terror on the blue team. Nicely done right there by Jaina. Plant Terror just stepped out of the way. Puts down that pop. Murky's trying to do a little bit. He puts his egg back in the base. And he's going to die here almost immediately. Nova trying to look for a good spot to engage, but she doesn't really have one. I mean, she can poke. You can see right there, Zeratul almost negated all of her damage, and Brightwing with the Storm Shield as well negates a ton of that as well. Plant Terror, oh, Jaina, oh. The Plant Terror AoE kills Nova. Well, Zeratul technically killed Nova, but I credit that to the Plant Terror. With 4 members down, the blue team can just push in and actually probably end the game right here. I don't know why they're backing out. They just need to go for it. Oh, I see why they're backing out. They want to take the Plant Terror and take all the extra seeds. One more Garden Terror for them will actually end the game. And as I was saying, if we look at, let's see, what did I want to look at? I don't actually remember, so we're just going to watch them kill the Plant Terror right here. We have Murky moving across the map, trying to get a few of those. Zeratul and Tyrande on the bottom, picking up a lot of these as well. And you will keep in mind that, oh, nice blink there from Murky getting out of the way. Keep in mind that the open beta, or not open beta, excuse me, closed beta is actually starting soon. I don't know what Illidan is thinking here. He is definitely going to get himself killed. Zeratul blinks in there. Brightwing blinking down as well. And, oh, the Winterfell, at least that missed, but not before Illidan dies right there. His Blades of Azzinoth flying, actually not that far from him, all things considered. Murky throwing down his March of the Murlocs. And since they reduce the amount of poison damage that buildings take, this is actually not really a viable strategy anymore. I'm not sure why this Murky is trying to do this. But there is a lot of discussion that the Korean servers are actually behind in the meta, slightly from Europe and North America, especially from Europe. Murky barely gets away there. We have the Plant Terror for blue moving into the bottom lane. And I feel like blue could have ended this game a little bit earlier, but they wanted just to make sure that they could get it. Oh, right, that's what I was saying. And one thing, if we take a look at the talents here, we'll do it after the game, since we have a bit of an action sequence going on here. Sonya goes crazy, and her sword just goes flying right there. Say Beats is trying to put down some damage on the core here. I don't actually know if it's gonna be enough. Without a minion wave and support, they might not get the core, actually. It's going to be super close. There goes the Metamorphosis from Illidan coming out. And Nova actually baits out the AoE shot right there. Zeratul trying to blink away. Illidan goes down immediately. His wings just folding right there. And Storm Shield from both Tyrande and Brightwing is actually being devastating for negating a lot of the damage from the red team. So looks like Zeratul taking, you can see his block going off there. Turn around and get that extra shot off. That's all you needed. Oh, the Sentinel almost kills Jaina. Super, super close. And I thought that was going to be the end of the game right there, but it's not quite yet. Looks like Murky's trying to move out here. Maybe get a kill on Brightwing or someone. Tychus and Vala here to protect Brightwing will actually prevent this from, prevent Murky from doing almost anything. And these are actually these are probably the 3 strongest assassins in the game. But if you take a look at Zeratul's talents, he has block and he has he has block, which is doing quite a bit against Nova because she does have this anti-armor shell, so that's half the damage from each auto attack on Nova, which is pretty devastating, all things considered. Block does have a slight recharge time on it. Looks like Sonya's trying to take some mercs here, and she's actually going to end up surrendering those to Vala almost immediately. Maybe not. Vala gets on just in time. Zeratul blinks, waiting. I don't know what Zeratul's waiting for here. With Tyrande coming in as well. Zeratul almost waited a bit too long and got Vala killed. We have another set of terrors coming up here in about 30 seconds. I wish I could see oh wait, I can't see the timer. Never mind. I'm totally paying attention to this game. Murky firing off the March of the Murlocs from inside of the Plant Terror, but I don't feel like his siege damage is worth it here. You can see his siege damage at 127 to only 19,000 hero damage. With Murky, you can be much, much, much higher. He does have the highest XP contribution, so there is that. But now Red is behind by 3 levels here. And oh, that is painful. Having to use a precision strike to kill minions is never a good situation to find yourself in. Does that minion have block? That shield broke on top. Did everyone else see that? Does that minion have block? Wow. I did not know that the Siege Giants had block, which apparently they at least have the animation for it. Once again, Tychus knowing exactly how far to move out to take that plant terror. Zeratul moving here down the bottom. I think he wants to take something out. And now we have another blue plant terror moving across the map. This should be enough to finish it. Murky's here trying to pick up some seeds left and right. And that is going to be a lot of seeds for the blue team. We'll see if they decide to back up their plant terror or if they want to just use the plant terror as a distraction to pick up more seeds, more control. At this point, I don't know if it would be totally worth it, just because they are going to need a lot of help. Brightwing is blinking in here to help out the plant terror. And looks like Nova's going to go down. Polymorphed right there. And oh, that tower just has one auto attack. We'll kill that tower. Now they're going straight for the core. Jaina's going to go down there immediately with the pot. And now two members of the blue team. Illidan is down here. I don't know what Illidan is thinking. His core is being attacked, and he's just hanging out on the other side of the map. But that is going to be the game right there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And let's just take a look briefly here. Hero damage for the red team. Tyrande with 60,000. That is actually very, very impressive. And Brightwing with the 84,000 healing. We have about, a little over 100,000 healing here to 0. A big, fat, whopping 0 from Team Red. I know no one likes to play supports. Well, okay, I shouldn't say no one. But playing a support can be very rewarding. But I know a lot of people prefer to play the flashy assassins. But subpar assassin, subpar tank, subpar support, or specialist, and Jaina is actually pretty much the only one on the team that could be considered a high tier pick. So that is a bit of a problem. Whereas on Team Blue, we have high tier assassin, high tier assassin, high tier assassin, very high tier support, and pretty good support from Tyrande. But she ended up doing a ridiculous amount of damage right there, so I will take that. And you can see Volley here has a ton of siege damage, not so much hero damage, indicating that for a lot of the game she was laning, either pushing back or defending creep waves. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I will see you later.